Bumped from a cruise? Is this even a thing? Let's find out. Being bumped from a cruise never even crossed my mind until recently. Friends of mine were on the Alaskan cruise out of Vancouver that was docked for 2 days and then eventually canceled. Got me thinking, are there other reasons maybe why you would be bumped from a cruise? Does this actually happen very often? So I ended up doing some research, and this is what I found out. Through my research, I found out there was 4 common reasons why you'd be bumped from a cruise. First being if the ship ended up being chartered by a private company for a private event, if there was repairs that needed to be done, if it was moved to a different port, or if it was overbooked. Yes, overbooked. That's actually a thing on cruise ships, which I didn't realize. I thought that was on the airlines. But recently, since cruising has come back post-COVID times, cruise ships have been almost booking up to 105% capacity, with the hopes, high hopes, that people will cancel last minute. So what actually happens if they don't and their plan fails and you are set to sail at 105% occupancy? Most of these situations don't happen very often. The redeployment of a ship is usually months in advance. Passengers get good notice. They have options to change dates, ships, ports, everything. So it's not too big of a deal. Again, with the charter, that's also not usually a last minute issue. The 2 main last minutes are if a boat needs repairs and it ends up having to be docked or canceled due to those repairs, or if it's overbooked and not enough people have actually canceled their cruise to allow for everybody that's actually booked to be able to get on the ship. So the options with what happens after your cruise is canceled or you get bumped off it. Cruise ships want to give refunds as a last-ditch resort. First, they'll offer people upgrades on different ships, different itineraries, different dates. They'll offer things like upgraded rooms, onboard credits, and some specialty dining packages and things. Anything to make it sweet enough. Anything to make it sweet enough for people to change their plans to allow the people that aren't able to change them to stay on that exact ship that they had booked. But I got thinking, that's fine if they're going to give you credits and everything and make the next cruise even sweeter. That's great. But what happens if you booked airfare to get to your cruise port that you're sailing out of and you booked hotels? Do you get refunded for those things? From what I found out, unless you've booked your airfare and hotel as a package deal through the cruise line, they won't give you your refund for that because they haven't booked it. So an option for those things are make sure that you buy refundable tickets for airfare and maybe late cancellation hotel rooms so that you don't end up getting stuck with the full bills of those airfare and hotels if you find out your ship is canceled a couple days before you're sailing. If you do have those things, but yet you still get to the port, as in the case of the Alaskan cruise a few weeks ago, you've already paid for your flights, you've already had your flights, you've already had your hotel rooms, you're planning on getting on the ship, you're on the ship, and then it gets canceled. This is where your travel insurance is going to come in. There's lots of travel insurance that will actually help you with cancellations like these. You just have to read the fine print. So they would help you with refunding any airfare, hotels that you would have to take over if your ship ended up canceled. It's a very scary thing to even think that this can happen, but it seems to be happening more and more often recently. And it's kind of expected that it's probably going to happen for the next few years because people are very interested in cruising again. Everyone's booking cruises, wanting to get out, wanting to travel, see different places. So you just have to be prepared. Know your options. If this happens, maybe have a plan B in mind. Make sure you have the travel insurance. Maybe book through a cruise specialist. They have more options, more expertise in these cases. Don't panic. Know your options, and just negotiate. If you're not able to change your dates to what they've offered, but you're not able to stay on this cruise, negotiate something different. See if they can have new wiggle room. Hopefully this never happens to any of us, including myself, because I am going in I think 12 days now. But another tip that I found is always book a cabin that you can actually pick yourself. People that book the guaranteed cabin that the cruise line will assign them before sailing, those seem to be the ones that are being bumped off the cruise because they've yet to select a cabin. So that's just a little tidbit too. So be prepared, know your options, have a plan B. Hopefully it never happens, but if it does, I hope this video will at least give you some ideas on what to do and what to expect and what the potentials are, because I didn't know until I started doing some research. I am going to put a little video here on some medical travel insurance that I think is important, because I had an issue with that last year, as you'll find out in the video. But until next time, I hope you guys have a really good day, and thanks for watching.